Coming up on Murrow News 8, Greek life has been suspended from holding events for 2 weeks.
And an update on the WSU student who fell 30 feet off of a roof while urinating. Murrow News 8 starts now.
From the Northwest Public Broadcasting Studios on the campus of Washington State University, this is Murrow News 8.
Good afternoon. My name's Olivia Solis.
And I'm Augustus Marceau. Welcome to Murrow News 8.
WSU Greek life has been suspended from holding any kind of social event for the next 2 weeks after a requirement sent out by Panalytic and Interfraternity Council. This comes after Pullman Police Department got 82 calls on Friday and Saturday night, including 3 arrests for driving under the influence. Greek houses will also be required to meet all fire and safety requirements and make a list of any recognizable risk within their chapter facility and attend mandatory safety programmings. Nationally, 4 substance-induced falls have happened this year, and WSU has been the host of 2 of those falls just in the month of February.
Last Friday, Cale Cochis, who is a member of the Phi Sigma Kappa fraternity, sustained an injury on Friday night. He was transported to Pullman Hospital and then airlifted to Spokane for further treatment. The family has started a GoFundMe for the expenses.
Responded to a medical emergency on Greek Road this past weekend. Our reporter Ella Price spoke with police who had a PSA regarding their involvement when it comes to medical emergencies.
Anytime you call us for a medical problem, no one's getting in trouble for being under the influence of anything.
This is Ruben Harris, Operations Commander at Pullman PD, giving a PSA of police roles in medical emergencies.
If it's a medical issue and if someone's under the influence, there's not going to be any criminal charges for the controlled substance.
Now, while most of Pullman is sleeping, College Hill is no stranger to Pullman Police. This past weekend, PD and fire were called to a medical emergency.
Depending on the totality of the circumstances, there's frequently nothing for us to investigate as far as a crime. So it's making sure that everything's safe for medics to do their work, making sure that they can get in and out efficiently.
I'm outside of Beta's at WSU frat where police responded to a call earlier this semester for a man falling out of a 3rd-story window. Similarly, they responded to a call over the weekend at another frat where a man also had a falling incident. The identification of that man has not been released to the public yet.
Both circumstances, the person and the persons around them said that what led up to it was just an urge to urinate from a window or a roof rather than a restroom. So between heights and pitched roofs in one case and ice, it's just an incredibly dangerous thing to do.
I'm Ella Price in Pullman, Washington with Murrow News 8.
Levi Couvert, our live reporter, is out at Greek Road to hear what members think about the 2-week suspension. Levi?
Yeah, we've been talking to students this morning on Greek Road, trying to figure out how they feel, and it seems like the mood is generally actually pretty good here. There was a little bit of students disappointed in maybe the lack of social events going on Greek Road this weekend, but I think generally the consensus is if this is going to lead to safer regulations and maybe safer parties going forward, it might not necessarily be the worst thing in the world. And of course, it is only a 2-week pause. They'll be able to resume those activities on March 8th. So yeah, the mood seems generally upbeat and pretty positive, considering that they won't have any social events happening this weekend. Guys, back over to you.
The Pullman School Board has rejected a 1-year extension of Pullman School District's Superintendent Dr. Bob Maxwell. 7 people spoke to the school board, with 6 in favor of extending Maxwell, whose contract expires in 2028. Despite this, the board voted 3-2 to reject the extension.
In March, the city of Pullman is going to reduce staff hours and services. This has been an ongoing effort for over 18 months, where the city has been taking cost-cutting measures such as operational cuts and budget reductions in all departments. Summer positions and hours will also be reduced. The goal in cutting these items is to balance the city's budget.
From orchards in Washington to street vendors in Asia, see how one WSU creation has made waves overseas. Our reporter Grace Harvey has the story.
From central Washington orchards to grocery shelves in Vietnam, one apple variety is helping power one of the state's fastest growing export markets. Since its commercial launch in 2019, the Cosmic Crisp apple has quickly become one of the most promoted apple varieties both domestically and overseas. Aiding in this is the large demand in Vietnam, now a top 5 export market for Washington state.
Vietnam has grown from a small market. In 2004, we shipped 100 containers, and a container is about 1,000 boxes. And in 2024, we shipped 2,000 containers.
Have you ever wondered how a piece of produce like this gets from the orchard to a store like Einstein's and at the same time generates nearly $10 million in revenue for WSU? The Cosmic Crisp developed through WSU's tree fruit breeding program and has become one of the industry's most promoted varieties overseas. The Cosmic is bred for firm texture and a long shelf life, making it especially suited for the weeks-long ocean shipments to Southeast Asia.
The rate that the production has increased is unprecedented, but the rise of the production of Cosmic is one reason that it's become popular is just because we've had the volume to be able to promote it in our export markets.
Just the speed and efficiency and quality of sorting technology, all of that is unbelievable.
Advanced technology and sorting systems, including early uses of artificial intelligence, help maintain the quality of Washington apples before the fruit ever leaves the state. I'm right outside the greenhouses for the Food Science Department in Washington State University, an integral part of developing our own Cosmic Crisp. How do you like them apples? Reporting from Yakima, this is Grace Harvey for Murrow News 8.
Cougs women basketball snaps their 4-game losing streak with a win over Seattle, who shined in the matchup, and Coach Etheridge's thoughts on the win.
And Pullman High School basketball is headed to the state championship. Why they hope this time is different after the break.
It's okay to be scared. You don't have to be so strong.
Strength is not optional. This is my mother, my purpose. Real muscle is lifting her spirits between bedpans and bad news from doctors that doubt her strength. Strength is buried in bills, managing meds, and swallowing those moments of, Mom, it's me, your daughter. Remember? My strength is super, but I'm still human, right?
Look who's here. There she is. Thanks for your patience. Thank you so much.
How you feel?
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 1-877-333-5885.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. 1 in 3. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, the boss's boss. If 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, that means it could be you, your barber, your barber's barber.
Nice work. Thanks.
You, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse.
Yes.
You, your dog walker,
On your left.
your cat jogger. Or you, your co-pilot, your co-pilot's co-pilot. While 1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes, with early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org to know where you stand.
Hi, I'm Becky Oberlander with your sports news. The high school state tournament is officially here and our Greyhounds are ready to go. Pullman High School is set to face off against the Tumwater Thunderbirds at 4 p.m. at West Valley High School. Wishing the boys good luck on this year's tournament. Pullman High School is heading to the state championship after a dominant 62-33 win over the Clarkston High School and hopes to avoid a repeat of last year's collapse.
Pullman High School will be heading to the state championship after beating Clarkston in blowout fashion 62-33. While the Greyhounds were on fire, it all started with Brandon Brown, who scored 11 points in the first quarter, while Clarkston only scored 9. Last year, they made the state tournament and they had a 20-point lead at halftime and somehow lost the game. Whether it was turnovers, injuries, whatever, they just had a dust of mistakes and ended up losing.
This year, we're just trying to have more, play smarter with the ball and just try not to get in foul trouble as much. Keep the ball in our hands. We were up by 20 at halftime during the Prosser game, and that I think it's kind of like we just kind of like overlooked them at that time, and then they just came back on us. So we just don't want that to happen again. Just try to keep the game going with us and have this going.
While choking a lead of 20 in the state tournament can be detrimental to the team, Craig Bratner, Pullman High School head coach, does not believe it's going to be a factor this go around.
I think the experience we learned from that is just keep playing. We had a nice lead going in the second half to get to the state tournament, and we let it slip away. We fouled too much, got into foul trouble. We had guys foul out of the game, then we couldn't get the ball up the floor. We didn't execute very well in the second half, and it was a big disappointment. So hopefully we don't have that happen to us this year.
The Greyhounds' first game of the tournament is going to be against Tumwater on February 28th at 4 p.m. Reporting in Pullman, I'm Ibrahim Daniel, Murrow, News 8.
In a 69-55 win over Seattle University, the WSU women's basketball team got their 6th win of the year. Alex Coville led all scorers with 18 points and adding on 7 rebounds in the process, while Eleonora Villa continues to do her thing. She tacked on 15 points and brought in 7 rebounds as well. The Cougs defense was lights out as all starters combined for 9 steals to shut out the Seattle U offense. Here's what women's basketball head coach Cammie Etheridge had to say on the win.
3 ball. And you just see, like, this is a team that hasn't won a lot of games, and they walked on the court really wanting to win and doing the things that sometimes we haven't done very well. I thought Alex caught the ball, ran the floor hard. Again, that post presence, it's just so hard to match up with when she is that active in the post, and we got it to her for easy baskets.
Your Cougar men's basketball looks to stop a 2-game skid tomorrow against Pepperdine in the regular season finale. The last time the two faced, WSU got the win easily. The 12-18 Cougs hope to have some scoring momentum from Ace Glass, who put up 20 points against Lamar, but this time with a win against the Waves. The game will occur at 5 p.m. in Malibu, California. Washington State enters week 3 of the season with a 3-5 record after beating Alabama in the season's opener and taking the final 2 games of last weekend's 4-game series against Cal Poly. WSU is headed to Long Beach State to play 2 games today. They will face BYU first at 1 and Long Beach at 6. WSU track and cross-country star Rosie Longisa has been setting records this season, but that success did not come overnight. Our reporter Connor Seiferling explored the major personal shift that powered Longisa to her record-setting season.
Fastest time in the country, Paul, is right there in Longisa.
Yeah. That mile time, ran by WSU distance runner Rosie Longisa, was not just the fastest of the season to that point, but the 3rd fastest in NCAA history, a fact that left the Kenyan athlete shocked.
The time was like 4 minutes, 28 seconds to be safe to qualify for nationals, but crossing the finishing line and I realized it's 4:24. I was a bit shocked and excited and so happy, like mixture of emotions at the same time.
Rosie said she had to shift her focus from her legs tiring out at the halfway point of the race to her mental strength, something that propelled her to victory and stands out as one of her best traits, according to Coach Laura Harmon.
I think she can move her mind in any direction, and you don't see that very often, once she just says, I'm going to do something, she's going to do it.
Rosie did not always have that growth mindset and mental strength, though, having self-prescribed attitude issues with cross-country and mid-distance training.
At some point, I just had to have a meeting on me, and I was like, well, I have to do this cross-country whether I like it or not, so I would rather do it willingly and from my heart and from my mind and from everything.
Doing those distance workouts here at the Taylor Sports Complex has led her mile times to jump from here to here to here.
That sometimes those mid-distance, 800, 1500 types don't necessarily like that's not their favorite thing, but it benefits them like tremendously in the long run. And I think she's just really like bought into those.
Now Rosie sits with a spot in indoor nationals and a future on the world stage ahead of her, yet she remains focused on continuous improvement.
Very excited, and I keep working for that. It just doesn't happen. Success just don't come. You have to work for it.
Connor Seifling reporting from Pullman, Murrow, News 8.
Much to the disappointment of sledders, this year has been much less snow than in the past. According to a familiar face, the lack of snow has affected Pullman in ways you might not realize.
And speaking of the outdoor conditions, Grace has got your weather right after the break.
Dad, they took over my bedroom. Come on, come on. Okay, Dad. 1, 2, 3. Dad! You saved me. Dad?
Are you okay?
I'm fine, dear.
Your hero needs you now, and AARP is here to help. Find the care guides you need at aarp.org/caregiving.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Now, as much of the U.S. struggles with a powerful winter season this year, we are not. As everyone else hunkers down, we watch whatever snow we had disappear. I went to find out what could such little snowfall mean for Pullman's residents, and what could it mean entering the dry season.
We had one snow and then that was it, and I was so sad.
Kennedy Clark here is a first-year student that comes from Alaska and is being a bit dramatic. We have snow. You see it? It's right there. Kennedy waited patiently for the first major snowfall until 2 weeks ago, but now we look to be closer to spring than winter.
I was gonna go sledding with my friends, actually, and then no snow.
Students like Kennedy have waited to play in the snow, to make snow angels and sled down Thompson Flats.
During orientation, they said make sure you have a jacket and hat and boots and all this winter stuff.
In general, Pullman is known to have snow, and this is an off year where snowball fights are being replaced with tossing the pigskin under the sun.
I can wear like my slip-on shoes instead of my boots every day.
Now, snow is good for more than just sledding and snowballs, and to understand what it can actually do for our area and what happens if it's not there, I followed right to the School of Environment to see what they have to say. Only to find out that our researcher is in East Africa.
This year, Pullman has stayed drier and warmer than average. But snow plays a role in keeping reservoirs full, crops watered, and the earth not dry. Nothing's guaranteed, but the recipe for what could come remains clear. Dry grass and crops plus one mistake? Well, you hate the thought. But for now, what is certain is students like Kennedy don't get the Pullman winter experience.
I like the snow and I like playing in it. I don't know. I'm gonna be sad.
In Pullman, Augustus Marceau, Murrow News 8.
Man, you know, I personally wish the snow lingered just a little bit longer. But let's send it over to our weather anchor to see if that is coming back. Grace?
Yeah, so starting with the remainder of today's evening and afternoon, it is going to continue to be partially cloudy out there, about 45 degrees. There is a pretty significant wind chill, so it does definitely feel a lot cooler. Do keep that in mind. Moving into tomorrow, unfortunately, is going to be more of the same. A little bit more cloud coverage, and the wind will have slowed down a bit, so it'll feel a little bit closer to that actual temperature of 50 degrees. Moving into a quick look across the state, in the west side of the state, it's going to be about mid-50s and overcast in Olympia and Seattle, pretty typical Washington weather. However, moving into the central part of the state, it is a little bit warmer in Tri-Cities and Yakima, almost 60 degrees and sunny. I wish I was them. Moving into the east side of the state, where we are in Pullman as well as Spokane, it's about high 40s, low 50s, and partially cloudy. Unfortunately, it is going to stay that way. Taking a quick look into our 5-day forecast, it is going to remain pretty consistently high 40s, low 50s, and it's going to be cloudy for most of the day, unfortunately. However, on Monday, we do get a brief bit of sun. It's supposed to come out in the morning and stay out, so that is a good high point to look forward to. Now, that's all I have for you guys on the weather desk. I'll send it back to the news desk for more news updates.
Thanks, Grace. Well, coming up next, a Columbia student was detained by ICE, how the mayor of New York helped reverse that arrest.
And U.S. women's hockey is still basking in the glory of their win at the Olympics. What important tradition they skipped and why they did.
Days, months.
Hey, I'm Jim from across the street.
Years.
I'd like to give you this.
A lifetime. Can rush by without realizing what we're missing. But it doesn't have to be that way. We have a choice to take action. Visit maketheconnection.net to find out more.
Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it.
The Department of Homeland Security detained Elmina Aghayeva, a student at Columbia University whose visa was terminated in 2016 by the Obama administration for failing to attend her classes. Columbia University said ICE agents entered a residential building claiming they were searching for a missing person, but then detained Aghayeva without a warrant. New York Mayor Zoran Mamdani called President Trump and spoke to him about the detainee, and the two came to a resolution to release Aghayeva. On Monday, the U.S. women's hockey team politely declined President Donald Trump's invitation to visit the White House. The women's team released a statement saying they are grateful for the recognition in their achievement, but are unable to participate due to scheduling conflicts.
Do you want your own invite?
We want it to be about how.
Do you want your own invite?
We want it to be about how great of an experience it was for us. You know, having 2 gold medals come out of USA Hockey, it's something we've never done before.
To increase the opportunity for girls to experience that. Would love if that.
This past weekend, students had the opportunity to work and get real-life experience with coding. More about this event coming up.
And a classic world for many children growing up turned 30 years old today. What franchise has made $90 billion?
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. She had so many children, she didn't know what to do. She gave them some broth without any bread and kissed them all soundly and put them to bed. Hunger is a story we can end. End it at feedingamerica.org.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
On Saturday, the Association for Computing Machinery hosted the 2026 Crimson Code Hackathon. This event gave students the opportunity to work on real-time projects outside of the typical classroom setting. Our reporter Becky Oberlander spoke to a participant about what the event provided for him.
It kind of gives them a unique environment to really push their limits, and this is something that you won't find otherwise.
Unlike many classroom assignments, the Crimson Code Hackathon focuses on developing hands-on projects, something last year's winner, Yuta Aquino, values more now because of his computer science minor.
I'm here to gain experience and with building projects and collaboration with my peers. We want to win too, but I'm more focused on having more experience of building big projects like this.
Students had freedom to create anything, ranging from niche digital tools to simple interactive websites, like the one I built here. As you can see behind me here, this hackathon is giving Utah's group a chance to create a project that they don't get to in class.
There's not that much big projects that we do during class. Class is more focused on implementing what you learn from the lectures and all that stuff. The hackathon creates a more focused environment. You're actually in a unique environment with high competition too, and winning for a prize is a better motivation compared to just getting a point on an assignment.
This event kind of gives people a unique opportunity to collaborate with others to make something that they'd be proud of at the end of the 24 hours.
Participating in these hackathons goes beyond just gaining experience. For Yuta, this hackathon gives him space to create something closer to what he wants to do in his career, an opportunity he hasn't gotten in the beginning data structures classes.
Could focus more on time complexity, the space complexity stuff, more on the technical side than last year when I only took 122. That would help me focus more on gaining experience in the computer science side of my career and stuff.
In just one day, students turned collaboration into a creation, and that's something they are proud of. Reporting in Pullman, this is Becky Oberlander for Murrow News 8.
That's all we got for you today. Have a great weekend, Cougs.
Bye, guys.